If you join Chelsea probably 2 years, 3 years ago, you probably do not remember. We had one major defender, one good defender. He was called Wesley Fofana. He played 15 games in 22-2023 season. He played 0 games in 23-2024 season. And that's why you probably forgot him because you thought he was not our player. In 2024-25 season, he played 14 games, 13 of them as a sub. And he has decided that you need to know that he's still playing for us because some of us had forgotten. Not me, some of us had forgotten that he's here. So he thought the best way to do this thing is to copy whatever Isaac, whatever Wisa, whatever Yokores, whatever Rashford. Rashford did not do that. Whatever Sancho had done, whatever Joao Pedro had done, and delete all the Instagram photos that had Chelsea, Chelsea player, Chelsea background, Chelsea behind the scene. He had to delete all of them so that you, as a Chelsea fan, will know that he's probably upset from something or he probably wants to play. But the thing is, he needs to work. He needs to go to the gym. He needs to work on the ankles and not on his fingers. He needs to work on his hamstrings and not on his pictures. He's taking too much on time on the phone instead of the football pitch. I mean, what is he? Ronaldo. That was good. That was good. The thing is, Fofana probably, you know, Maresca last week when he was asked about Colwill, he probably said, you know what? None of the defenders here in Chelsea can do whatever Colwill is doing. And is probably correct because Colwill has been doing a lot of, especially not just defending, but just the build up, just making those passes to the midfield, to the AM, sometimes to the striker, sometimes to the wingers that are pinpoint and are straight, and sometimes it just gets the opposition off guard. And when Maresca says that, you know what, none of these defenders can do whatever Colwell does, including Fofana, including all these other guys, and him suggesting that we need to get another defender. I don't think he said it in malice to Fofana. I don't think he said it uh, while degrading Fofana. So I don't know why he's getting all this new negative energy because we have seen, and it just starts with a lot of pundits, a lot of other people saying, you know what, now the dressing room has a problem because Fofana has deleted his pictures. Now he's showing that he is in protest, he is revolting against something, and they all jump in, and it will make our stay difficult. And now I want somebody to advise him before our stay, before our season starts getting ruined, before we start talking about the players in the negative. Somebody has to tell Fofana that he has only played less than 30 games in 3 years. That's an average of 10 games, which most of them were as subs. If you are being honest, Mireles, Zappacosta, Bakayoko, all have a bigger legacy in Chelsea than Fofana. And not just in Chelsea, in football than Fofana. Like, Chelsea have won 2 cups where Fofana was our player, but his name was not there because he was not included in Club World Cup as a player, and he was not included in the Conference League as a player. And if we get another trophy this season because he's playing all these washy-washy things, probably will not be included. Now, for him, he only has to get out of, just work. Like, stop being the person that Stop being, we are not a hospital. We should not be a hospital. We are a club that's playing football. We are managing athletes, which means that the people here have is the reason why before somebody is signed, they have to do a medical checkup. Eh, Athletes have to be the most, what do we say, when somebody, uh, like, you have to be good, like body wise, like you have to be healthy, you have to be fit. Now if we are taking you in and we are paying you to manage you like you are a paid patient, you know, you are a paid patient, like for 3 years where we have played 100. This year alone we have played, this season we have played more than 70 games. Last season, I mean. The other season more than 50 or 60, and then the other season we were in Champions League. So again, around 60. Those are around 200, nearly 200, and you have played 30 games, and you are a professional patient. You are not a professional player, and you are not John Terry. Somebody has to tell him, you are not Thiago Silva. You are not as Bill Quetta. You haven't even done a half of what people like James, people like Cucurella, people like even Chaloba have done. And take my advice. Look what happened to Chaloba. He was even forced out. He was not injured. He was not injury prone. He was just helping the team. Somebody came to him and told him, you know what? You need to go out. He went on loan, worked his ass off, and then came back and is now in the first 11. And why do you think you deserve it? Why do you think like you need to be in the first 11 in the first place? If the only time you are given either a game, 2 games, 3 games in succession or in quick succession, you end up having your hamstring. Now, you can't be bigger than the team. You can't blackmail the coach. You can't blackmail the fan. And before you start bringing us negativity, we will send negativity back to you very quick. Like as fans, we need to protect the team. And if you don't want to be among the team, we might not know whatever is happening behind the scene. We might not know whatever is happening in the dressing room. But if you don't want to explain to us, if you don't want to tell us whatever is happening in the dressing room, and then you're behaving like Isak, you're behaving like Sancho, you're behaving like Wisa, you're behaving like uh, uh, Felix, then you need to go out. You need to be sold as quick as possible. The problem is that you are bought for 80 million, and if nobody is going to pay you, especially since you are injury prone, and if we sell you right now, even with the amortization, you are just going to create another big loss. So you might be here for a very long time because we don't want, for just our accounting, for just Chelsea accounting. If you haven't worked out the accounting thing, you will know that if you are going to amortize your cost, then probably we might have you here for 10 years before we decide to sell you, unless somebody pays around 60, around 50 for you, and nobody's going to pay 50 for you. Nobody's going to pay 50 for a person who they expect to get only 10 games a year. That's not going to happen. So you'll be here. So whether you're deleting all this, what do we call it? Whether you are deleting all these photos, whether you want to talk the way you want, whether you want to post stories every now and then, uh, you'll be here as a professional patient for quite a while. And it's on your benefit to start working instead of trying to blackmail people, instead of trying to, pit the fans, pit the owners, pit the players against the coach, against the club. That's not going to happen. Change.